Today, I want to talk to you about how to optimize your YouTube channel. YouTube is unique, it's special, it's different because there are traditionally search engines and then there are social networks. And then smack in the center is YouTube. YouTube's a hybrid, it's special, it's different because it's got the best of both. Think about social media, for instance. A traditional social network like Facebook or Instagram, I am scrolling through the main feed and those platforms decide to show me things based upon algorithmic ranking factors. I don't get to decide. The algorithm decides what to show me. It's kind of like turning on the radio and listening to the DJ. The DJ decides what songs to play, and you will decide if you do or don't want to listen or scan to the next radio station if that's still a thing. That's a feed, right? But then you think about like a search engine. Well, a search engine is on demand. You go looking for the content, which means when you go looking for it, chances are you've got a greater appetite for it. Thus, you have more attention span for it. You have higher intent in terms of whatever next step you're trying to make. That's the benefits of a search engine. So think about traditional SEO, search engine optimization. You've got bloggers in the past 10, 15 years who are figuring out how to create hub pages and web pages and blog entries and all that kind of stuff on their websites so they can rank on certain terms. And the benefits are they can rank for years. Go back to like Facebook and Instagram and social networks. It's here today, gone tomorrow. You create a video, you create a post, you upload it, whatever, distribute it, and it's like evaporating into thin air. You get hours, maybe days, like 2 or 3 days max shelf life on a given post, and then it's gone, which can make you as a creator feel like this is a hamster wheel. I am nonstop, always and forever creating content, and then it dissolves itself into just this body of work, but man, it's tough. Versus SEO, well, SEO, yes, there's a frequency component to how often, but it's also like if you get a golden goose and something goes viral or it's ranking on a certain term in Google, you're in, right? You're gonna get a certain amount of search volume every single week, every single month, and it's gonna have an evergreen component to it, but that's really competitive. It's really difficult to do that. So the trade-off is social media is a hamster wheel, right? SEO is kind of a pyramid scheme. It's hard to get to the top, but when you put them together like YouTube, you have a benefit. Because with YouTube, yes, I have the explore features. I can subscribe to channels and the platform's gonna make recommendations of video for me to watch and all that kind of social networking sort of stuff. But then also it's a search engine. In fact, it's owned by Google. The #1 website and by extension, the #1 search engine on the planet is Google. And the second most popular website and most popular search engine is YouTube. We should be looking at YouTube as a space to dominate. Video-powered SEO. So today what we're talking about is how to optimize your YouTube channel in a way that makes it susceptible to the social media side of success and also the SEO search engine side of success. YouTube's a special platform. It's a hybrid. It's a search engine and a social network, and we're gonna optimize it to win. Let's dive in. All right, as we dive into optimizing our YouTube channel, first things first, let's get to know their back-end software, their suite of tools that YouTube makes available to creators so they can manage their channels more effectively. It's called the YouTube Studio. To access it when you're on youtube.com, just click your little face, and then you can choose Studio right here, YouTube Studio, or just go to studio.youtube.com. Easy peasy. Now, in my YouTube Studio, it's got kind of a dashboard. It's a traditional backend suite, and then a whole bunch of options or menu options on the left-hand sidebar. In the settings, click on channel under basic info. We're gonna add some keywords to your channel. These should be very descriptive of the types of videos you intend on producing. If your videos are all over the place topic-wise and your keywords have nothing to do with your content, you're going to confuse YouTube and it's gonna make it hard for them to recommend and rank your videos on key search terms in the recommendation engine when they're basically showing recommended videos after other videos or in the explore feeds. Just take my advice. This should be very on target with the types of videos you want to make. So get your keywords in there. 5, 6, 7 keywords should be sufficient. Next, click on advanced settings, and under audience, if you're not making videos for kids, then specify that you're not making videos for kids. I talk primarily to real estate professionals who are not making videos for kids. So click no. Scroll down and has an option for Google Ads linking. This is a good chance to go ahead and link up your Google Ads account. So in the event you want to start running in-stream ads or discovery ads and things of that effect, you've already got it set up in place and it's linking back and forth between Google Ads and your YouTube channel. Once you've set up your basic info here, let's close out. Next, on your left-hand sidebar, click on customization right down here. And when it loads up, we have 3 sections: layout, branding, and basic info. I'm going to start with branding. And this is where you can basically add it's called your channel icon or your profile picture. Add a picture and show me your face. If you're an agent, which is who I primarily talk to, I want to see your face. It's you with whom the customer is doing business. So I don't love icons or logos. I prefer a person's face just so I know who's the creator behind all this content. So your face. Down here we have a banner image and it gives you some specific dimensions. It's looking for 2048 pixels by 1152 pixels, under 6 MB is the file size. This is the art that goes across the top. So if you look at my YouTube channel right here, you can see this banner art or channel art stretched across the top. And actually it's much taller than it looks here because depending upon the screen, that channel art may be a slightly different dimension. So when you design it, just keep in mind, is my viewer going to be on a TV? Are they going to be on a computer? Are they going to be on a mobile device? Where are they going to be? And so you need to adhere to these recommendations of what should be the dimensions so that it has some space to kind of expand and contract as necessary. Next, we're going to scroll down to the video watermark and you'll notice that I've got my little JP logo just to brand it right there. Sometimes people use like subscribe buttons. That's fine too. Whatever makes it easy. I mean, I like a subscribe button there or your logo there. I just want to know who the content belongs to. Now, the subscribe button is not clickable. It's just a reminder, oh, I should subscribe to this channel if I haven't, which is why I don't have a button there because I don't want people to get frustrated like they keep trying to click it and it's not doing anything for them. So I've got my branded icon right there just to let people know whose content it is, especially since my videos that I upload could also end up in somebody else's playlist as a guest playlist on their channel. So I want to have it branded. After branding, click over to basic info and then go ahead and add your bio and a description. This is going to also help YouTube get a sense of who your channel is, who it's for, and all those kinds of details. So make sure you add that in. You can add languages if you speak multiple languages or are proficient in multiple languages. That's great. Down here, it's got your channel URL. This is the default channel URL that it gives me. But once you cross over 100 subscribers on your YouTube channel, you have the ability to do what's called a vanity or a custom URL, which mine is youtube.com/JasonPantana. Now, the C can be there or not be there. That C stands for channel. I could just go to youtube.com/JasonPantana or youtube.com/C/JasonPantana, and all roads lead to the same page. So it's my custom URL. I highly recommend, if you have more than 100 subscribers, that you go ahead and take that step. Next are your links. Now, these links are the ones that appear over here across your channel art. Notice I've got subscribe to your channel with the bell. I'll come back to that. Links, Instagram, Facebook, and LinkedIn. So I have 5 links across. 5 is the maximum number of links you can have on your channel art right there. So if you look at mine, it's got subscribe to channel with the bell. Now I chose to put that bell next to subscribe to channel because I wanted people to turn the bell on so they're notified whenever I upload new videos. And this is kind of a subtle reminder, oh, I should turn the bell on and not just subscribe. The link here is the link someone would click if they were to subscribe to my channel. To find that, you can simply go to your channel and then right click the subscribe button. Once I'm not signed in here, but if you were signed in, right click the subscribe button and then just choose to copy that link, go back over here and paste it right there. Next, I have my links. Notice it's 2 eyes. This is kind of a landing page I use that's kind of dispatch for sending people to a lot of different destinations and call to action links that I value. In fact, this is the same link that's my link in bio on my Instagram. It's kind of dispatch for me. So I want that to be my second link for people to be able to access what I think are the most important call to actions or pages to send them to. Next is Instagram, then it's Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I also linked up Google My Business. Now, reality is the max number of links I can show is 5 links. Nonetheless, I linked up my Google My Business right here because I wanted Google My Business to see that it had been linked from here to help make it easier for it to establish profile links and sort of belonging to each other. Let's scroll on down. Next is your contact info. Add an email that people can use to contact you. That's your basic info. You're done. All right, so here we are in the playlist tab of the YouTube Studio, and you can see I have several different playlists here for us to look at. Some of them are public, and then I've got this one down here hidden that's private. Those are just old videos that I don't really like anymore, so I don't really put them on my channel, but they still exist. So I'm gonna click the pencil to edit Pantana Pro Tips, edit in YouTube, and it's gonna open up a new kind of playlist viewer, and I can see that I can change the title of it. And I can also see that I can change the description of it, which I've described this one as end-to-end tactical marketing tutorials and advice. I like having the descriptions there because it just looks nice on the home section of my channel. If I go look over here in the home and I scroll down and I've got this first section called Pantana Pro Tips, I see, what is it? It's end-to-end tactical marketing tutorials and advice. It's what you're watching right now. Now, let's go back over to our editor, and we've got this ability. We can shuffle the play, or I can share the playlist, or I can click this little ellipses, which I'll do. I can add videos. I can even bring in collaborators. So I can invite somebody else to make a video for this playlist. I'm going to click on playlist settings. And yes, I'm going to allow embedding. Yes, I'm going to add new videos to the top of the playlist. And yes, I'm going to set it as an official series for this playlist. What does that last one mean? So for example, Pantana Pro Tips is an official series. No video goes inside that playlist except for Pantana Pro Tips because it's the show, if you will. However, I could have other playlists where I'm really just grouping videos. It could be marketing stream, Pantana Pro Tips, a little YouTube short, any kind of video on my channel. I might group them together because they overlap in terms of their message, in terms of the content. So from YouTube's standpoint, they care about two things algorithmically. YouTube cares a lot about click-through rate, which I'll talk about later, but the other major variable in the YouTube algorithm that they care a lot about is watch rate. How much of your videos are YouTube viewers watching? So if I have a 9-minute video and somebody's watching 8-9 minutes of that video, on average, YouTube's going to scratch their head and say, we should show that video to more people because, wow, people are really watching it, which means we have greater opportunity to show more ads and make more money. That's the way this thing works. So we know that watch rate matters a lot, which means if I group videos into topics, I can therefore encourage somebody who's interested in that topic to watch more than one video, which means I'm bolstering up the algorithm in my favor. So for example, if I had a playlist on my channel that was lead generation tactics for real estate agents, and I took every video that I could think of on my channel and did a compilation of those inside that playlist, that's going to encourage a viewer to watch more of the video. Yay, 2 thumbs up. YouTube's so happy they're going to show my videos to more people. So there's 2 types of playlists, official series and then unofficial series, which just means I'm going to group videos by topic with the intent of trying to get people to watch more than one video. Okay, so I'm going to click done here on that. All right, last, I'm back in my YouTube studio, and this can be the last little section we go into. We're going to talk about how to actually optimize each of your video uploads to give that video the best chance at being discovered and watched and successful on YouTube. So I am in the content tab of my YouTube studio, and you can see all my videos here. I've got a marketing stream episode right here, and you can see I can click on the details. I can see analytics. I can review the comments. I can watch and view it on YouTube. I've got some more options. I can promote it, get a shareable link, edit title, description, and then also I have TubeBuddy installed, which I'm not going to talk about today. I'm going to click on details, and it's going to bring up the editor. All right, so inside the editor, you can see I've got a title. Now, title matters tremendously because title is where the search engine portion of YouTube is going to get a sense of what are the keywords of this video. This is the equivalent of the title of your blog entry. It matters critically from a keyword standpoint. Mine here says, Facebook pixel tracking dead. New Apple privacy policy, iOS 14.5 update with Jufeng Ji, who is the CMO of Wailopo. This is the interview that I did for my marketing stream podcast. So what's my keyword? There's a couple in here, but it's Facebook pixel, Apple privacy policy, iOS 14.5, and then also I could say Jufeng Ji, but his search volume is not going to be nearly as high as Apple's privacy policy 14.5 and the Facebook pixel tracking. So those are keywords. It's around that theme. You're going to want to be kind of clear in terms of what is this video about. You should think about this very, very literally. Don't be too cute or too creative. How does somebody search on YouTube? And your titles should kind of go in line with that. I highly recommend TubeBuddy to assist you in doing that. Okay, next is the description. The description should really only support the title. Don't add a whole lot more that's not there. Again, if you're adding a whole bunch of extra commentary that steals away from the intent of the title, YouTube's going to be like, but which one is it? I'm confused, and they're not going to know how to rank your videos. I like this here. So on the table for discussion, we timestamp where we talked about certain aspects of the interview. Now, when this gets published, the timestamps become clickable links, and they actually get divided into chapters. All right, so I'm going to click this video open, and when I do that, you can zoom in here and notice that the table of contents is actually broken in the progress bar into what are called YouTube chapters. Now, these chapters are highly advantageous because have you ever seen a suggested clip on Google? So for example, if I typed in, I don't know, fixing a drywall pop and searched it, it's going to right there jump to 2 minutes and 23 seconds at the top of the page of the search results. That video is, look, it's hosted on YouTube. That's a chapter. So that makes your videos more discoverable and indexed from an SEO standpoint. All right, so you should definitely do these table of contents. Think about keywords. Use words with intention for keywords. Next, I have a little line break and we jump into my CTA links. I like to have these CTA linked to the bottom of every single one of my videos so people can easily click and navigate to other key places where they can connect with me and follow and subscribe, all that kind of jazz. Next, you should definitely look at your thumbnail. Is your thumbnail clickable? Because I told you a second ago that YouTube has two main cares when it comes to the algorithm. They care about click-through rate and they care about watch rate. We talked about watch rate, but the click-through rate means if your video shows up at the end of another video and somebody does or doesn't click it, that's giving optics to YouTube about is your video worth watching or not? Should they continue recommending your video? If they do a search and your video ranks in the search and then they don't click it and they click somebody else's video, again, that's feedback to YouTube that that video should or shouldn't rank. So your thumbnail, along with your title, is going to be one of the main aspects that will entice a viewer to click your video open and watch it. Your thumbnail needs to be awesome. So make sure you have a clickable thumbnail. And then you can go ahead and add it to a playlist here, which we've already talked about. You can specify that it's not made for kids or it is made for kids. I talk to real estate agents predominantly, so the videos aren't made for kids. They're going to require that. And then you can add your tags. You get up to 500 characters in your tags, and this is critical. Your YouTube tags should do nothing to take away from the title. They should only be reinforcing to YouTube that the title keywords or keyword is exactly what you're trying to promote. So make sure your tags don't, like a lot of people think about tags as hashtags. They're not hashtags. They are not to be a departure of the main shtick of the title. They are only there to bolster up and reinforce that that title is your keyword. Again, I highly recommend using TubeBuddy. Scroll down, you can specify a recording date if you want, the video location if you want. You can identify a category if you want. Those are all, the more you fill out, the better. Scroll back up and we're gonna look over here and you can add subtitles and you can add end screens. The end screens I definitely encourage you to do. So I typically do the standard end screen. I click that open and I choose the best for viewer option. So I've got over here a best for viewer. I've got my most recent upload and then my subscribe button right in the middle. And so the best for viewer, it says allow YouTube to select a video from your channel to best suit the viewer. Now I add elements that are templated. So you can I can mess with it, but it's just, I make it the same every time. So I'm always got these options here, and then it will automatically choose when to show them. They show at the end of the video, they're end screens. And so they're designed to get people to keep watching your videos and not leave your channel because that factors into the algorithmic efficacy of your content. It means you're winning or losing on YouTube. I'm gonna click discard because I didn't make any changes. You can also add cards. So like, for example, if my video here makes reference to another video I've produced, I could link a card where a little bit of text will pop up on the top right of the screen at a specified time so the viewer can go watch another video of mine that will go deeper on a specific topic. I like cards, but be careful because they could cause people to click away from watching your videos. So I don't use them always. I use them sparingly, but I use end screens always. All right, so there you have it. Those are some tips and tricks to optimize your uploads and your channel so that you can dominate on YouTube. The second most popular website, second most popular search engine on the planet, a space where your videos can flourish over time, attract business to you, generate leads, and you can win in this game of content. Welcome to the world of being a creator, friends. All right, now before you go, if you have not subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe and click the bell notification on my YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook or Instagram or some other place, let's connect, let's stay in touch. And please, by all means, share this content, tag your friends, ask a question, leave a comment. I want to engage and I want to know what other content should I be making going forward that would be meaningful for you. Wishing you the best in your business. Crush it. Thanks so much.